So today and every day, I like to tell you a story, my personal story on how I escaped corporate for the rest of my life. I'm never going back. So this happened in November 2018. 2018 was the lowest point of my life. Absolute rock bottom. It was dark. It was dark times for me. And until then, my life was going pretty well. I went to good schools. I had good grades. When I got into the workforce, I got promotions left, right, center. And by the time I was 31, I was the CEO of a tech company in San Francisco. I was making $200,000 US by the time I was 31. So life was great. And I kind of expected this too. But it didn't last long. When I was 35, the mobile tech bubble had bursted. I lost my job, I lost my visa, and I had to go back to Japan. That sucked. You know, it would suck for everyone. I just felt like a failure. I kind of expected life was gonna just keep going, keep rising. You know, I kind of expected life to just keep rising. I'm gonna get a family. I'm gonna get kids and Tesla and a big house, and I just kind of expected that to happen, but it just all came crashing down. So I went back to Tokyo, and I was just so desperate to prove myself wrong again. I really wanted to bounce back quickly. So I joined this tech startup. The founder told me how innovative and creative and dynamic this startup was. And I was just so desperate. So I just joined this company. And when I joined, I was really enthusiastic. But it didn't take me long to realize that it was just a sales company. It was a sort of company that tracked how many calls you made, how many client visits you've made, and they'll just give you targets after targets after targets. Every month your target gets higher, and it was basically that was it. And I heard it was innovative and creative, so I proposed new ideas, new exciting ideas that was going to make the world a better place. And they just gave me approvals. They told me you have to get approval from 7 people if you want that to happen. It crushed me. I already felt like a failure when I got to Japan. And within 1 year of joining this company, I felt worthless. I felt like I had wasted my potential. I didn't know where to go. I was lost. I was confused. They were really dark times. Like looking back then, it feels like I had no peripheral vision. Like it was just all dark. And just me going to this company, getting on a train and going to this company every day, life sucked. And that's when I picked up a really bad habit of online gaming. Because that was my escape. I didn't want to face reality. I didn't want to admit that I was failing. So I escaped to the digital world, League of Legends. I would play League of Legends until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. every night. Weekends, weekdays, every night. And I would get up at 7 and go to work, sleep deprived. And this continued for some time. It sucked. Life really sucked. But then this one morning in November, it all changed. It was the same kind of morning. 11 a.m., we're going to a sales meeting. And this sales meeting, there are probably 200-300 salespeople, all in black suits, wearing tie. And I always used to sit at the back, you know, and I used to complain a lot back these days. Just complain about the executives, complain about the sales meeting, just complain about everything. And here me, I'm sitting at the back, and 300 salespeople all in front of me, and the executives would come into the meeting really excited. Hey guys, well done. I've got great news to share. We hit sales record again. Give yourselves a clap. Happened every week because the company was doing well in terms of numbers. Happened every week, but like he would just be so excited about the numbers. And I'll be at the back. Why do I give a shit? It's not like my salary is going to go up. It's not like we're making the world a better place. We're just making profit, making revenue. And it was a bit cultish. And, you know, they just had a whole bunch of 20-year-old salespeople that are just like, yeah, what on? Yes, we're changing the world. But in reality, we're only talking about numbers. Anyway, usually I would just sit there and complain. But this morning I was different. I thought to myself, hang on, maybe he is good at business, the executive. The executives are good at business. That's what they were born to do. And that's why they were genuinely excited about the numbers. Maybe they're good at this. And I'm here bitching and whining because I wasn't born to do business. Because numbers don't excite me whatsoever. Numbers never excited me. So for the first time in my life, I stopped doing this and I started doing this. I started looking inwards. Business isn't my thing. So what is it then? Do I have anything to offer? Of course I have a lot to offer. I knew that. But I realized it wasn't business. So that day, that second, I promised myself, I'm going to post something on Instagram every day before I start online gaming. I love sports, I love football, so I promised myself I'm going to post something about football every day before I started gaming. And that's what I did. In 6 weeks, I had 3,000 followers. I couldn't believe it. And that just changed everything. From there, I did Instagram, I did X, I did blog. I made three sports media. It was fun. I was going somewhere. And exactly 1 year after that day that I made that promise, December 2019, I started YouTube. Within 1 year, I was making more money than what I was getting at corporate. So I quit. And that was 5.5 years ago. And it's been 4 years since then. And my life hasn't been any better. I'm making more money now than I was at corporate. I'm 1,000 times happier. And I feel like I'm moving towards what I'm supposed to do, which is this, motivational speaking. This is what I feel like I was born to do. But I'm certainly in a much better spot than when I was at corporate. So the reason why I'm telling you this, if you're a little bit like me 5-6 years ago, if you feel lost, if you want to change, if you feel like you have more to offer to your life, I challenge you. I challenge you to stop doing this and start doing this. Look at yourself. Take a look at yourself. What can you do? What actions can you make? That day I promised to take action every day, and I haven't looked back since then. And if I can do it, I'm telling you, you can do it as well. But to do it, you have to change your mentality. You can't complain. You can't blame others. If you blame others, you're giving your power away to others. give the power back. But to do that, you need to take a look at yourself. And life will change. Thank you very much for listening. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. It's up to you though. Just make that action. And life can get better.